So say hey to folk.
Hey, folk. Uh, my name is Demetrius Dukes. I'm the animation professor here at Columbus State University. I've just been here for a little over a year now. Um, Still in the process of getting our curriculum and everything set up and ready to go. So, teaching students 3D animation, which is applicable to traditional animation pipelines, as well as some interactivity as well too. So.
All right, so you're going to be talking about animation both in traditional forms and in interactive forms, kind of like what Rod was talking about here as well. Can you give us a little insight before the keynote, a little teaser as to some of the differences that you find are important between the two areas, between the animation in the two different areas, or are there none? The similarities in how they handle things.
So, implementation, sort of the governing principles are usually the same. How we go about animating a character for a particular platform. Usually, there's a lot of overlap. Where they differ in terms of two-dimensional, three-dimensional platforms is how we get there. So it's the technical component of it. For me today, two of the techniques that stand out to me most recently that I think have been making a lot of innovations has to do predominantly with being able to create animations on a VR platform and then have those traverse into more traditional 2D spaces and three-dimensional spaces, even interactivity spaces, and concepts of real-time animation. So being able to work on something on an actual production pipeline and see it push through all the way to the end. So those are two key talking points that I'll be elaborating on extensively today. So.
Excellent. So we think of the traditional 3D pipeline as concept art to model to texture to animation. When you're focused mainly on the end one, animation, but you teach all of them. What are the things that people do to mess it up before it gets to the animator?
Oh, there are a lot.
That was kind of a softball question.
Well, two of the easiest things that you could do when developing a character and using it for whether it's an interactive film or interactive project or film is how the character is constructed. So you have the wireframe. So how is the wireframe set up? If the wireframe, the resolution is not sufficient, then the character won't deform properly. Then you also have the rig. If the rig is not set up or featured enough, it just makes the actual animation process extremely unenjoyable. So those are probably two of the quickest ways, I would say, to really annoy an animator before they even get started on working with one of your characters.